Hey everybody, this is Darksied, and welcome back to part 26 of our Dark Souls walkthrough. Continuing on, we had just finished up killing off Pinwheel, and we're about to go down and do some quick work in Tomb of Giants. We're not actually going to be able to do anything here yet because, well, we haven't got the Lord Vessel. But what we can do down here is help me upgrade my weapon. So the very first thing I'm going to be doing is going down to the bonfire. And then after that, I'm going to be going over and getting the large divine ember. After that, we're going to be getting the heck out of this place. Because, I got to admit, this is probably one of my least favorite places in this game. Mainly just because it's so dark and, well, there's giant creepy skeletons everywhere. Alright. Try to get you up here and take you out. Now you see these little glowing things on the ground. Those are supposed to be a trail left by Patches down here. Who, if you follow him, you'll get to him. We're not going to deal with him just yet. Also, if you pick up the skull lantern before you actually get into the Tomb of Giants, this place helps tremendously. As you can see, it allows me to kind of see what's going on, and I can see that giant skeleton down there waiting in ambush. There's actually more than one, but he's the only one that I saw with the skull lantern. So we're just going to hop down here, do a plunging attack, and take him out. Now we're going to continue on with our little hop down here. Well, that's right, the other skeletons are down a bit further. You can tell I was getting attacked by two of them at the same time. Definitely not a good combination. And of course you have no idea where you're going, so it is kind of hard to escape. I know generally where the bonfire is, so that's what we're trying to make for now. Alright, head over here quickly and pop this thing into action. And just in the nick of time, it looks like. Okay. From here, actually getting the Divine Ember is not too terribly complicated, although most likely you're going to die doing it. If you got cat-like reflexes and everything set up, you might be able to survive the onslaught long enough to be able to use a homeward bone and get out, but most of the time you're just going to die. So I've already resigned myself to this fate, and it's time to just go ahead and get it on. Okay, now just off from the bonfire here, we can go to the right here, and there's a short path that will lead us to a hole similar to the one that we crawled out of in the catacombs. It's right over here to our right. Incidentally, this is also the slow way out of the Tomb of Giants if you haven't got the Lord Vessel. Now I find it easier just to jump across that little ravine there and run all the way to the other side. See that little white thing right there? That is going to be the large Divine Ember. And you see, if I would have just hit the right button at the right time, I might have actually been able to homeward bone out. There's about 6 giant skeletons down here, and they all train on you just the instant that you climb down. So don't think that you're going to get through here without taking some damage. You will take it. But luckily for me, as I said, I'd already resigned my fate. So now all we have to do is get out of here. The slow way out of here is not apparent at first. The very first time that I did this, it took me a while to understand exactly how to get out of here without using a Lord vessel. I was deciding here whether or not I should go ahead and go see Patches and do the first part over here, but I decided against it. We're going to go ahead and do that whenever I come back to the Tomb of Giants for real. Alright, as you see, that's where we went down to get the large divine ember. I have no idea why I just walked over there. The path is actually just right up this cliffside. Now there's going to be a giant archer and a giant skeleton right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to get past them and quickly get up the stairs. Or ladder, rather. Yes, there is some loot around here. Most of it's not particularly valuable, and I will eventually go back and pick it all up. Now, if you're quick, you can get over here to this and get up on here before the skeletons in here have much of a chance to attack you. This is similar to the room where you got the large divine ember, although I don't believe there's near as many giant skeletons in here. Okay, as you can see, just climb up again. And there's another item down there luring you back down to your own doom. Ignore it and head up. That's one great thing about this game, is that they actually strategically place crap items in the game to lure you into places where you might not have normally gone. Mainly in order to kill you. Okay, now after you see, this is the actual room that we fought Pinwheel in. So if you follow it around to the side, there's actually a little trail over here that's kind of hidden in the dark. This actually takes us back around to just before you fall into that room from the other side. Meaning that this is also the area with all of the wheel skeletons in it. Now personally, I very much dislike wheel skeletons, as I'm pretty sure I said in the last episode many times. They are not my favorite. So, always takes me like, oh, I gotta go down here and fight these guys again. Alright, well, let's get to it then. Alright, now that we're down here, this is actually not as difficult coming from this side as it is just immediately walking into the room from one of the two breaches in the walls. Now what you can do here, and this is typically what I like to do, is that most of these guys you can pull them one at a time if you use an arrow. So we're just going to go ahead and switch over to our arrows here. Of course, feel free to use whatever other ranged attacks you have. The lightning bolts will actually kill these guys pretty much in one hit. So that comes in very handy. Unfortunately, the biggest majority of them are not, you don't have the range in order to be able to hit them. These guys aren't exceptionally tough, but they are exceptionally annoying. Now see what I did there is I try to wait for him to aggro me. He'll go into his little wheel roll thing. You don't want to be on the opposing end of that, so I just kind of skirt around him there and let him roll by. And then while he's trying to recover himself after he hits a wall, he's easy to take out. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and switch over to arrows here and take care of the rest of these guys. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking for them. You can actually kind of see them in the dark down here. Then he'll come down and start his roll. I get out of the way. And while he's recovering, I got more than enough time to take him out. I more or less just rinse and repeat on this. There's a total of 7 skeletons down here, so make sure that you count them. There's often times where I think there's only 6 and I'll get all 6 of them dead and forget about one of them, and he'll sneak up on you and get you from behind or something. The spin attack is actually quite devastating if you don't have your shield up. Oh, missed you. Obviously, I haven't figured out that I missed him there. Of course, sometimes noise is enough in order to bring them to you, so... Let's try this shot over again, shall we? Ah, now see, that time we got him. Come on over here, buddy. There you go. Alright, I think we have one more after this one. So I'm doing a head count here. Okay, now if you go into, I forget exactly which one of them it is, but one of the caves here, one of them obviously leads to the blacksmith, the other leads to the way back up into the same room where we entered the Gravelord Covenant. That's where we want to go, because that one actually has a ladder out of here. And it's looking like it was the first set of passages, the one closest to the back wall of this chamber. And take you two guys out. Not falling in that hole. Wouldn't be so bad now. We've already killed the knights and all of the wheel skeletons, so it just really means that we'd have to walk our butts back up here again. Ah, look at that light. Ample amounts of light. You start to miss that in this game. Come on, hurry up and blow up. Hasn't seemed to have picked up on me. It's a little odd. Oh, we'll just run around him. He picked up on me that time, though. Ah, yes. Watch yourself down here. I got reposed by him, and that's what carelessness will do for you. Oh, what's this guy's problem? Just want to stand there and just let me hit him, I suppose. I was giving him the opportunity. Crazy skeletons. Another short bow to add to my collection. And you notice here that I'm not actually using any of the bonfires. Now, normally I don't recommend this. The reason why I didn't is because every time I'd go past one, I'd think, well, yeah, but I'll have to kill all that stuff over again. I really don't want to backtrack that much. I just want to get out here to Firelink Shrine. Well, take it from me, you should do it. Because you just never know exactly what's going to happen. because it saves you really from yourself. I was doing pretty well here on my way out. And I got out of here during this particular run through here. I got out of here all the way back up to Firelink Shrine. Forgot that Frampt was over there, and he had opened up the little portal down to, well, to the area that you'll later put the Lord Vessel and fight Gwyn. Forgot that he had opened up that and taken away my water. So I ran out of here, killed everything, feeling really good about myself, and jumped down into it. And since I had not yet talked to him, or since I had not gotten the Lord Vessel yet, plunging down that hole is a death sentence. And since I didn't use any of the bonfires in between myself and this, I got to do this whole walk all over again. But I'll not make you suffer through that. Yeah, the first time I came up here, I came up, went up the stairs, walked through there, and jumped down, and immediately died by falling through the hole. But that's alright, because I've said it before, and I'll say it continuously throughout this walkthrough. Stupidity should hurt. And it often does. Okay, well, that's going to about do it for this particular part of our Dark Souls walkthrough. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.